RobinHood is the most popular app in the US for people who want to buy and sell stocks in crypto. Recently, RobinHood has listed Dog with Hat, which is a really big meme coin on Solana. That's the first time they've ever listed a Solana meme coin ever. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 meme coins that are going to be listed on RobinHood next. And when RobinHood lists a meme coin, that means that millions and millions of new people are going to see that token and they're going to probably buy in, because Robinhood is a very popular app with millions of monthly users. And I'm going to be going over how you guys can make money with this and how we can catch this trend and how we can get it early before anybody else. And for me and my friends who have made millions of dollars this year, we actually drop all of our info in the Mashallah group. I'm going to leave the link down below for that. You guys can go check that out. It's a private group where we have traders talking about all of their analysis on the market. They talk about what they're buying, and we make it simple for anybody to be successful in this market. So check the link down below for that. So enough with the talk. Let's get right into it. I'm going to show you guys 5 meme coins that I believe are going to get listed next. I'm going to show you guys how you can make money on this, and I'm also going to tell you guys which factors are needed for Robinhood to list a certain token. And what we're going over is Solana meme coins. I do have one ETH meme coin that I'm going to show, but again, I'll be labeling that out for you guys. So Dog with Hat recently got listed on Robinhood, and this is basically bringing a lot of speculation within a lot of different communities on which token is going to be listed on Robinhood next. So what that means and what we're going to be doing about this. Well, first of all, we have to watch Solana price action. If Solana is tanking, then Robinhood is just simply not going to be listing any tokens right now, because that means that market momentum is down. And when Solana price action moves downwards, a lot of these Solana-based meme coins move down in price. And Robinhood does not want to list a token and all of their investors lose money as soon as they buy into it. That is not what Robinhood wants. Robinhood wants their investors to win. Robinhood wants the retail to be happy when they're buying into these tokens. So since we know a Robinhood listing is, one, very hard to actually achieve, because Coinbase and Binance, they have their own initiatives and they make their own tokens and they cabal their own tokens, and Coinbase has base chain, which I'll get into that later. And some people have speculated for Binance that there's Pepe, there's Peanut, there is Nero, and all these other tokens that people say that Binance has insiders where they buy up as many tokens as possible and they just moonshot the token. So I'm not going to be going over tokens that are playing against the actual momentum of a possibility of this happening. And we're going to be talking about tokens that have the highest chance. And the first one is the obvious, as we all know, Chill Guy. Well, why Chill Guy? Let me label it out for you and these simple factors. It's popular in the United States, which is something that is 100% needed for any token that's being listed on Robinhood, since the Robinhood's main audience is the United States, right? They have US retail. So popular in the US. That is the number one factor that is the most important thing when any of these tokens have a possibility on being listed. It has to be popular in the US. It has to have lifetime, right? It can't be a meme that's going to die out next week. And obviously, the memes that I'm showing you guys, they are all memes that are probably going to be around forever. And it has to have proper distribution. Super important thing. It cannot be in the hands of a couple guys. It cannot be in the hands of a couple of different insiders. There has to be proper distribution. There has to be a high holder count. And there has to be mind share in the market about the token. And what that means is that it has to already have shown cases of it being a very popular token and it having a lot of life. And the next thing that's super important is that it can't have no controversy. Right? These tokens cannot be controversial, because if they are, it's going to be something that is not family friendly. And Robinhood only wants to list tokens that are family friendly because they can't be listing controversial shit. People always have something to complain about. And if people have something to complain about, they're just going to go to a different exchange. So these are very important factors. And it has to pass compliance, right? That's something that we have no control over. It has to pass Robinhood's compliance policies. And it has to pass all their little legal bullshit, whatever they do. So these are factors that apply to all the tokens I'm going to talk about today. And if we just look at Chill Guy, we can see it's held up extremely nice over the past couple of weeks. Right? It's only been out for 3 weeks, which is so crazy. Not even 3 weeks. And it seems like that Chill Guy's been it's been out a lot longer than we think, but it's just recently released. And people are speculating that it's going to go on every single major exchange, which I 100% agree with. I made another previous video that you guys can check out where I'm talking about Binance, where I'm talking about Coinbase and all that. But I believe that Chill Guy is the runner of the cycle, alongside with a few other ones, which I'm going to talk about today. So Chill Guy is the first one. The next one that I believe is Peanut, right? That is just the obvious. Now I'm going to pull up Peanut here on this chart on TradingView. Here we have Peanut, and the algorithm that you guys see here is a custom algorithm that I use for myself when I trade. I use it as a tool. I don't use it for the buy and sell signals. I just use it as a tool based off of the indicators and what the algorithm has been programmed to do. And I'm going to be releasing this soon to the public. You guys will be able to see it on the Mashallah page on WAP. The link is down below. It is not released yet, but when it does, I'll let you guys know, and it'll be available here. So that's super cool. But back to the point. Peanut is the most viral meme of the year, and we obviously have people of the likes of Elon Musk constantly bull posting about this. I actually made a call in Mashallah group at $1.04 where I told everyone, I said, long this shit. This thing is basically bottomed out. Long this shit. And I had a couple of other really rich friends that were also telling me the same thing. And what do we see? On a very large cap, we see a 44% gain. If you were to go with leverage on this, let's per se you were to go in Hyperliquid and go to Peanut, and you were to go with 5x leverage here, you would have been up huge. You would have been up a few 100%. And if you were going in that with size, that's great. If you're not going in that with size, that's also great because you're making over a 2x. So that's definitely something you guys got to check out. The link's down below for Mashallah group. Back to the point. And the next factor that's super important, which I just mentioned, is that Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is a huge factor because if Elon Musk is co-signing a token, every single exchange is going to find that as a go-ahead sign to go ahead and list the token. Because what do exchanges want? Exchanges want volume. Exchanges want their users to be able to buy and sell their token as many times as possible on their exchange. So Robinhood wants people to spend money on their platform. Robinhood wants people to use their platform. And Robinhood wants to make the fees on all the trading fees that they could possibly get out of people. And they just want people to use their app in general because they make money in so many different ways that we don't even know. So Robinhood wants Peanut because Peanut brings volume and liquidity and traffic and more eyes to Robinhood. So that's the simple reason. Peanut is the viral meme of the year. People are speculating that Peanut is going to be the runner of the cycle. I don't have any opposition, or I don't have a conflicting argument there when it comes to that point. But that's Peanut, and Peanut is just the most obvious meme of the year. Now, the next one is Goat. Goat is a very simple and straightforward one to understand. Goat is the leader of the AI agent cycle, as we can understand that, Goat has ran up to a $1.3 billion market cap at one point, which was literally, a few weeks ago. It seems like it was longer, but it was only a few weeks ago. And right now we see Goat is bottoming out right now, right? I've actually made a long call inside a Mashallah group, coincidentally. I made a long call around 68 cents. I told people to get in. And what happened? We see some great upside. And funny enough, here's my long right here. I just recently closed my position. I got in at 69 cents, got out at 82 cents. And as we can see here, I literally made the call right here. Put 5x leverage on Goat at 67 cents, looking for a take profit around $1 billion market cap. Now the TP and the take profit strategy changed, but we still made money. And that's all it's about. It's all about making money and adapting and adjusting to the market as it changes. As we can see, Bitcoin had this really crazy $10,000 red candle in the span of like seconds. And a lot of people got super scared and they just started selling their bags. But what happened? It recovered and now it's back to around that $100,000 level, which is great. So a little more about Goat as I continue talking about this. Goat is just one of those tokens that we don't think is going to go anywhere. In my opinion, I think Goat is just going to continue going up for the rest of this cycle. If we see Solana continuing to have some upside, Goat is just going to continue having that crazy green upside. And that's what we're hoping for. If we see the market crash, if we see memes go to shit, then obviously Goat's going to follow. But as we believe that the market has a lot of upside, we believe that Goat has 2 times that upside. And that's what it's all about. And it's all about identifying those plays. Goat's on Solana. If Solana moves up 10% in one day, then Goat's going to move up 20% in one day. So identifying these trends and identifying these charts and studying these charts is another thing that's super important so you can get your proper entry. And getting that proper entry is super important. We see a lot of these really big memes that I'm talking about have bottomed out at a local level and they've had these crazy bounces, but it's possible that we can see some more red. So when you guys are buying into these tokens that I'm talking about, make sure that you guys are not full porting your clip. Make sure that you guys are not buying all of your amount or all of your Solana or all of your money, and you're not putting all of your money into these tokens all in one clip. Dollar cost average. It's not that hard. There's no rush. And if you guys miss out, if you only have $1,000 in these tokens and you wanted to put $2,000, guess what? You still made money. Who cares? You made the money. Make money on something else. So before I get into the last 2 tokens that I'm going to be talking about, I actually want to go over tokens that I love, but I just don't think are going to be listed on Robinhood. And I'm going to be going over my reasoning. One is Brett. The other one is Nero. So Brett is on base. Brett is like the mascot of Base Chain. And we see Brett right here. Brett is one of the best performing tokens of the entire year, right? I mean, if we can look at Brett earlier in this year, it started at literally nothing. And this thing is literally at $2 billion right now. $2 billion. Like, how much more can you ask for? And it's on Base Chain as well. A lot of people have made a lot of money on this. Me personally, myself, I was one of the first people in all of Twitter, if not the first person on all of Twitter to call Brett at around a $2 to $3 million market cap. I publicly publicly said that, where anyone can go verify that source. And it's made a 1,100x since then. And the only problem is that it's Base Chain's mascot, and it's the token of Base Chain. If you're bullish on Base Chain, then you're bullish on Brett 2 times over that. And why do I not think that Brett can be listed on Robinhood? And why do I think that Brett has less of a chance than these tokens to be listed on Robinhood? Well, the simple answer is that Base Chain, right? And who's Base Chain owned by? It's owned by Coinbase. That's Coinbase's blockchain, and that's Coinbase's network. Robinhood is not going to want to list something and is not going to want to drive liquidity and attention to something that is for their competitor. Coinbase and Robinhood are competitors. It's very simple, and they're not going to want to pump Coinbase's bags. They're not going to want to help Coinbase. And the same thing goes for Nero, right? Nero is by Binance. Nero is by the Binance cabal. Binance loves Nero. Binance pushes Nero like no other. Robinhood does not want to list Nero because they're going to be helping Binance. They're going to be helping Binance's bags. And those are the simple reasons why I don't think that these two amazing tokens are going to be listed on Robinhood anytime soon. And if they do get listed, it's going to be way later. And getting listed on Robinhood is extremely hard in the first place. The next one that we have is Moodeng. I'm trying to go through this quick for you guys because I know you guys like it when I go quick. But Moodeng is that next one. What is all about Moodeng? Well, mindshare, virality to the United States audience, everything you can possibly imagine that is bullish about a token. And we can see recently there was the news about the Coinbase listing. This thing shot up to almost $700 million. And now we're seeing a local bottom right here. And as long as Solana price action is continuously green, we're going to see this thing uptrend very soon. There was a lot of people who bought into this on the news, right? Which was, maybe not that smart of you if you bought into this at the top, because there's just tons of FOMO at that period. But it's a great time to start dollar cost averaging into Moodeng, as long as you believe that the markets are going to continue to go up. And that's all up to you. But Moodeng is another one of those that's viral in every single capacity that you could possibly imagine that would consider something viral. As well as, too, it's at the same market cap as Chill Guy. Almost the exact same market cap. So it's pretty interesting here. They're both at 460 million. That is actually very interesting because we're going to see which one outperforms the other over the next week or so. And I just think that this one would make so much sense for Robinhood to list. And we've never seen a pump fund token get listed by Robinhood. We've only seen Dog with Hat. So it's going to be super interesting to see when Robinhood, and if Robinhood soon list a pump fund token, because Chill Guy and Moodeng are both pump fund tokens. The next and last one I'm going to get into, and this is the Ethereum token, is Mog. Mog recently just got listed by Coinbase. We saw that news. Everyone was super happy about it. But what people don't realize is that that was the Mog on Base Chain. So my only thing here is that Mog has a bridge where you can actually buy the Mog on Base Chain. It correlates with price action to the one on Ethereum. But the only thing here is that Mog has the lowest chance out of all these to get listed on Robinhood because Mog has a separate contract on Base Chain. And obviously Robinhood does not want to promote something that is helping Coinbase's bags because, as we mentioned, Base Chain is owned by Coinbase. This is the only thing that I think is holding Mog back from getting listed on Robinhood. Other than that, Mog has performed super, super, super well. And it's basically just went over everyone's expectations. No one thought that Mog would be at $1 billion. And we can see here, it just has a crazy amount of volume. And we can see here, my algorithms are just all over the place on this. It's still in testing, but we can see right here, this thing is almost at $1 billion market cap. Or I think it did cross $1 billion market cap, but this thing has just performed super well above everyone's expectations. And this huge green candle here is because of the Coinbase news. So hopefully all of this pans out. Hopefully all of this happens. And I really want all of us to make money. So now I'm going to be going over how we make money with these. And I know this video is getting crazy, and I need you guys to stick with me. But we can even see here, other influencers are talking about Robinhood will list Chill Guy. Let's see if this pans out. I gave a like to that. But how we're going to make money with this? Well, buy before the news goes live. How do we know that this is going to happen? Well, guess what? We don't know for a 100% fact that Robinhood is going to be listing these tokens. And I'm going to be labeling it down here for you guys again. Go Chill Guy, and make sure you guys take notes on these. Moodeng, Peanut, and Mog, right? These are the tokens that we're looking at. So what I would recommend to you guys is, if you want to make money on these, start buying them, right? Start dollar cost averaging. Buy on the red days. When you see that these tokens are having a really bad day and they're down 10%, buy a little bit. It's not going to hurt. Just buy a little bit. And again, don't put your entire net worth, don't put every single last dollar that you have to buy these, but just buy them. because major exchanges have already listed all these tokens, which gives it that relevancy factor, which gives it that stability factor. And market makers want to see these tokens perform well, because if they perform well, then liquidity and volume is going to flow into these tokens, because people like to buy tokens that continuously go up. And market makers understand that. And some of the biggest market makers in the world are the exchanges themselves. So make sure you guys are looking at these things, and make sure too to be in a group where you guys are hearing all the latest news on what Robinhood is doing, on what Binance is doing, on what Coinbase is doing, because it's super important. Be in a group like Mashallah group. Go look at the link down below. Go join my group. Go join someone else's group. It's very important to be in these groups because people are giving you info that you're not able to look at yourself. Being in a group is the same thing as having 100 eyes. Now, as humans, we're born with 2 eyes. Imagine having 100 eyes that are looking at all different types of things, and eyes with all different types of personalities, looking in different sectors, looking with a different type of mindset. That's what being in a group is. It's giving you different data points with different reasonings on why those data points exist and where those data points could go. And that's what's so important. So make sure you guys are around other people that are smarter than you. Make sure you guys are around other people that think differently than you and that trade differently than you. Because if you have that, you guys are going to be super successful in these markets. You just need to use risk management. And as always, anything can go to zero. Now, we're not expecting these to go to zero, but anything can go to zero. We haven't seen any major memes go to zero recently, but it's possible. And just keep that in mind, guys. Robinhood will moon these coins, get in fast, and that's only if they actually do that. So we're hoping and relying on Robinhood to list these. And yeah, I mean, with that being said, keep watching Solana price. If Solana price continues to do well, then these memes are just going to continue to do well. And if Robinhood does not list these tokens, well, guess what? I'm still a big believer that all these tokens, all 5 of them, are just going to continuously perform well this cycle. And we've just seen it time and time again. People pick the winners and they just stick to the winners and they win big in the cycle. A lot of people try to chase all these pump fund tokens. They try to chase $1 million market cap tokens, trying to chase 100x. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm just saying allocate a very small portion of your portfolio to gambling and having fun doing that. But when it comes to really making the real gains, it's where you put your big money into plays like this and you just let it sit, you let it simmer, you let it slow cook, whatever you guys call it. Use your brain, use risk management, and I'll see you guys in the next one.